Before I begin, listen carefully. What I'm about to share could shock you because at the end of this video, I'll reveal the hidden reason why experts fear more earthquakes are coming. If you miss it, you'll regret it. So don't skip. Stay with me till the very last second. Now, let me take you straight to Xinjiang, China, where fear turned to chaos within seconds. On September 2, 2025, at exactly 3:58 p.m. Beijing time, disaster struck. A powerful earthquake ripped through Keping County in Aksu Prefecture, Xinjiang. It measured 4.9 on the Richter scale, not the largest quake in history, but dangerously shallow, only 17 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. And that shallow depth is what made it so destructive. The shaking above ground was violent, sudden, and terrifying. Within seconds, peaceful moments turned into chaos, and people poured into the streets screaming for safety. Now, pause and put yourself there. For a moment, you're in your kitchen, the smell of dinner filling the air. Maybe your kids are laughing in the next room, or your parents are resting on the couch. Life feels normal. Then suddenly, the ground under your feet begins to roar like a beast awakening. The walls tremble, the ceiling groans. In an instant, normal life shatters. Plates slide off shelves, smashing onto the floor. Furniture crashes as if an invisible hand has shoved it. Chandeliers swing like pendulums in a storm. And the noise, the terrifying, booming sound of the earth itself, goes through your bones. You don't have time to think. You don't have time to grab anything. Survival becomes the only instinct, and that's exactly what happened to thousands. That day, one terrified mother described the moment in a trembling voice. I grabbed my child and ran. The ground was booming. It felt like the earth wanted to swallow us alive. My legs couldn't stop shaking, even after we reached the street. Another father recalled clutching his elderly mother's hand, guiding her out as the walls cracked, and pictures fell from the walls. He said, I thought it was the end. I thought we would all be buried inside our own home. For many families, those few seconds felt like a lifetime. A normal afternoon was ripped apart, leaving behind not just broken homes but hearts full of fear. But the shaking didn't stop at Xinjiang. The earthquake's force rippled outward, spreading its terror to Tibet and Sichuan, shaking homes as far away as Yan City, Chengdu. People described hearing deep, underground explosions, like muffled thunder rising from beneath their feet, followed by violent jolts that made the earth feel alive. Windows rattled, walls creaked, and in a split second, fear spread faster than the tremors themselves. Inside busy markets, shoppers dropped their bags and ran. In offices, workers dove under desks before sprinting to the streets. In classrooms, teachers screamed for students to run as books tumbled from shelves. Barefoot and unprepared, thousands of people rushed into open spaces, desperate for safety. And then came the flood of images and videos on social media, scenes so raw they made the world shudder. Chandeliers swinging like pendulums, threatening to crash down at any moment, cabinets rattling violently, until plates, cups, and glassware exploded onto the floor in sharp fragments. Families racing outside in their night, some half-dressed, clutching children or carrying nothing but fear in their eyes. Children being evacuated from schools, crying and holding hands in chaos as alarms rang and teachers shouted for calm. These weren't polished news clips. They weren't staged. They were real moments of panic, captured by shaking hands, live as disaster unfolded. Each video was a window into the terror people lived through that day. Some screamed prayers. Others stood frozen, staring as their homes trembled. And all across social media, the same feeling echoed. No one felt safe. And let me remind you at the end, I'll explain why seismologists are warning that this might not be the last quake in Xinjiang. So don't go anywhere. Here's the terrifying part. This wasn't a one-time event. In just the past 10 days, Xinjiang has been rocked by 3 earthquakes, and in the last month, at least 5 tremors have been recorded. Old houses are collapsing. Families are afraid to sleep indoors, choosing instead to camp out in open fields under the night sky. Even the smallest rumble now makes their hearts race. Authorities launched an immediate emergency response. 154 homes were reported damaged. Teams rushed to inspect schools, bridges, tunnels, and reservoirs. Public utilities were reinforced to prevent wider disruption. Schools were temporarily shut down until engineers declared buildings safe. Thankfully, due to fast evacuations and rapid rescue teamwork, no deaths were reported by 5 p.m., but fear is spreading faster than relief. Videos of the quake keep circulating online, pulling millions of views. People praying as the ground shakes. Beneath them, cracks ripping through walls. Crowds huddling in stadiums and open grounds, refusing to return home. This constant stream of Videos has created an atmosphere of dread, reminding everyone just how fragile life is when nature strikes. Experts are worried. Why? Because Xinjiang sits at the collision point of two massive tectonic plates, making it one of China's most earthquake-prone regions. And here's the scary truth. These quakes are not random. They are part of a larger pattern. Scientists are watching closely, so once again, don't click away. In just a moment, I'll share why geologists believe the next quake could be even worse, and why residents are being warned to stay alert every single day. For now, life in Xinjiang is slowly trying to return to normal. But for many families, the fear lingers. Every creak of a door, every rumble of a passing truck, feels like the earth is about to shake again. And here's the part I promised you. Experts believe these repeated quakes are building stress deep underground. If that pressure bursts, the next earthquake could be far stronger and far deadlier. That's why seismologists are urging constant vigilance. Stay calm, follow safety instructions, and be prepared because nature does not warn twice. If you found this report eye-opening, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because I'll keep bringing you the latest updates the moment they happen.